House and Museum, 1757. And you can tell they're getting ready for Mardi Gras. And as you can tell in the back, that's what the museum is. And the house is currently right behind it. This place has some weird hours, or weird days in general. That's when they're open. I'm here on a Tuesday morning and it is very, very nice outside. Quiet and hardly anybody here. I'm glad they have signs like this, because you need to protect stuff that's this old from 1757. That dates back way too far. It looks like a baby crib. I'm guessing a few of these dolls belong to the family that was alive in the 1700s. Look how old those pants are. Still got the stains on them. That's cool. And look at this top hat. Top hats were very popular back in the day. This looks like some type of newspaper. Thursday, July 2nd, 1863. That is some time away for sure. That right there is a timeline for the Krebs family. There's a handwritten letter. I like seeing stuff like this. It shows you how old it is. Really good history. 1847 right there. And here are more fashion items that they used back in the days. I believe this is for the ladies. This is a picture of when the house was being restored in 1995 all the way to 1996. This house also survived Hurricane Katrina in 2005, and it survived termite damage too. All different types of tools that they used in that time period. Right here shows pictures or time periods when the floor plans are being redone. Started in the 1750s all the way to 1940. And this right here is a cotton machine that they used back in the days. And they also picked cotton. I wanted to see what it felt like. Feels like cotton. And here's a lot of artifacts they dug up that they found. And a lot of these artifacts are very old. And then here's another time period on the wall from the 1700s all the way to whenever. Here's where the first people who were here, Mississippians, period, 1,000 years ago, 1540 AD. Life in the Wild Woods, 2050 to 1000. So as you can tell, there's a lot of time periods all on this wall. And here's some more artifacts that were found. Look at that bowl. Once again, another timeline. There was a whole bunch of timelines throughout the museum, which is nice to see. And give you a lot of information too. And that doll right there was kind of strange. I had to get close up on it because I wanted to see it for myself. Spooky. And you got your president, Anderson Jackson. Here's a medal that I found on the wall. French Legion of something CA 1821. And then there's this weird statue that I found that I thought was quite interesting to look at. And then here's a cup. Looks like it's in good condition, but it's still broken. And then here's a few pictures of the house, and there's two markings on the side. And then there's this piece of wood that's actually very, very old. I can't remember what how old the wood is from what he told me. Get ready for a sea monster. I'm not too sure if this is a part of the property. Actually, yeah, it is. That's interesting to see. Oh, there's a skull right there. That's spooky. I'm not going to touch that, but that is spooky. So I think this is what they used to live in back in the days, but I might be wrong. Let's go check out the inside. I think you've seen enough of the outside. So it's just... Yo, this is actually scary. As soon as I come in, look at that. That is really spooky. So this is what the Indians used to live in, if I'm correct, but I said I might be wrong. Hopefully we'll find some information on this. Sorry for the wind, by the way. It's windy. It's that time of the year again. By the way, from what the person told me, or one of the co-workers that work inside the museum, costs $5 to get in, by the way. He told me there's a cemetery right behind this area. Right back in this area, which I'm going to go check out. And then the 1757 house built right there. We can't go in, sadly, but hopefully we'll get some shots of the outside so you can see what it looks like at least. So let's go check out the cemetery real quickly. So here's that cemetery that I was looking at that I wanted to check out. It's right behind this place. I don't know if there's anybody famous here or anything, but it's a small cemetery. There's not really much here that I know of. Besides a couple old tombs. I see a nice one in the back. And you can see, I think, some type of lake out there. But anyways, let's check out this cemetery. If you look closely at this one, I think somebody was in the shipyard at one time, or worked in the shipyard. Because that's a ship. Maybe a train? On train tracks? I don't know, it looks like a ship to me. Yeah, this is a very small cemetery. There's the house that I wanted to go check out, but apparently it's under construction, so we can't really get inside. Don't you just like the view as well? The nice lake all the way across here. This is like the perfect spot for a cemetery. Ah yes, I've seen this type of stone before. I'm pretty sure that's marble. The way this layout of this grave marker fascinates me. Not only because there's stone on top to keep the casket down, because we're also in a low-lying water area. And this, the headstone. I like that. It's neat. And I see a date of 1790 right here. And died in 1851. I can't read his name because that's not English. That is a very old grave. 1790. And here's the other person. When were they born? Oh, 1794. The reason I'm saying that is because I can tell the layout. That's a 4, that would be a 9. And they died in 1881. Man, these graves go way back. Consider we're not even in New Orleans, but it just fascinates me, honestly, to see graves this old. Still in good condition, besides a little chunk taken out, but overall, looks good. Look how old the grave is. You can tell it's falling apart just by the bricks on the sides. And I can't read his name because it's not in English. And then look at this one right here. Little one just sunken right into the ground. Sadly, you can't even really read much of it besides Foley. But the person that was buried here was born in 1813, died in 1828. Like I said, this is not in English. And it's really hard to read it anyways. This is by far my favorite grave. Besides that one, this one actually tops it. Just because of how old it is. And then we got 2 more over here that are pretty much broken into. You've obviously seen what's inside of them before. There's nothing in either one of them. There's an American flag. While making my way toward this part of the cemetery, I realized these 2 graves right here, they didn't look... I thought they were newer graves, but when you get closer up to them, this person, he was born in Germany, May 15, 1714. He died in Louisiana. He was born in France, died November 7, 1751. It's kind of confusing, honestly, the way it's written out, but that's actually, that dates back quite some time, actually. And then over here, this is the other one that I was talking about. Louis Augustin Krebs. He was born in 1751 and he died in 1800s. That goes way back. These 2 people that are buried in the ground. This is a pretty nice tree. It's huge. So the little section that I'm in, I'm gonna put the name of the people, most of the people that are buried here, because it's pretty much one big family, and it looks like they had multiple children during this time period, and a lot of their graves are pretty much either buried underground or they're up like this. As you can tell, they're falling apart. So this whole entire section is that family that I listed on screen. It's just fascinating to see. Most of these people told a story, now buried under the ground. Too bad we can't go back and revisit them. And most of the graves here are from the 1700s, early 1700s, all the way to the 1800s. This whole section. Here lies Dennis. Looks like he was born, I can't tell if that's December or November. Anyways, it's one of the months on the 5th, I can read that, 1797. So he died September 15, 1848, I think, I don't know. His headstone goes back ways. Alright, so you guys seen the cemetery, the museum. Hopefully we can go check out the other building, which is the oldest house, apparently in the Mississippi region. Let's see if we can go up and get some shots of it. There it is, the oldest building that lies in the whole state of Mississippi. Built in 1757 and is currently under construction at the moment. And it won't be opened up to the public apparently until the end of 2020, so hopefully during that time period we'll come back and be able to see the inside of the place. So lucky enough we were able to get to the back part of the house. The X looks pretty nice the way they're making it look. Things don't last forever, so good thing we have contractors that work on stuff like this. Take a look on this side. You can tell how old these walls are just by looking at the plaster on them during that time period of 1757. It's amazing how technology has changed a lot in the past 200, 300 years, almost 300 years. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's the place we just checked out. We'll come back around November or December. This place hopefully should be completed by then. Then we can check out the inside. Hope you guys liked the video. I'll see you in the next spot.